Welcome to part 2. I was just in the process of placing three-way switches to control different light groups from multiple locations. I'm going to continue placing them by putting another three-way switch right here to control my living area lights, as well as one right next to my other three-way switch. Think of these as though they're two switches in the same box. One controlling this side, one controlling this side. I'm also going to place a third type, one that you might want to use if you choose. That is a dimmer switch. Dimmer switch usually has a dial or a slide that allows you to adjust how much light is coming off, usually used in dining areas. So I'm going to place this one on this wall, again, close to the other one, as though they're two switches in the same box. That should give me all the switches I need, one in each room that only has one light, and multiple three-way switches to control ones that I would want to control from multiple locations. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wire all of my switches. And I'm going to do that using this curved wire tool. This curved wire tool works in a cool way. I'm going to click it. As I come down, I should be able to get on the switch. Once I click the switch, I'm going to click it closer to the wall. I'm going to come out and I'm going to click a middle spot, and then I'm going to arc this in, and I want to get on the center, on that little box of my light. When I click it, you'll notice it kind of trims that up nice, so they meet nicely. If I make a mistake and just come to the edge or in part way, you may not get that nice trimming effect like I did. Again, we want to curve these not because the line or the wire would really curve that much, but it does make them stand out as something separate or different. I'm going to come from this three-way switch in an arc to this one, and typically when you go from light to light and you have multiple connections, you'll typically bend the other way as you go. So you can see we go this way, this way, this way to this way, which means we'll go up and back for switch number, for our three-way switch here. Go from my dimmer switch to out to around there. Lastly, I have my three-way switch here where I'll go for my three-way switch, bending this way to here, from here, bending the out or inward this way, here, bending this way here, 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 there. All of my switches are now wired to lights. The last thing I need to do to create my electrical plan is go to Device, and if you just click Device, you're going to get the same thing you last had. So I'm going to go to Electrical Fixture. I'm then going to go to Load Family. Under Terminals, I would have Duplex Receptacles. These are my regular ones. I want to try to put I have both GFCIs and standards. I'm going to use standards around quite often. You'll notice my symbols are large, but the minute I put this drawing onto a sheet, those will scale down some. We usually try to make sure that outlets are about 10 feet apart, but not within 6 feet of each other, because that's wasteful. Put one back here. Put several in the bedroom. One here, one here, one on this wall, one kind of behind the bed or the nightstand. Put this one over here, one under this window, again by the bed or nightstand. Zooming in so I can get it in the right spot. And then here as well. You'll notice I need to put one actually behind the fridge so I can plug my fridge in. we go. Not going to put one right next to the sink here of this type. I'll show you which type we need there. Put one this way and one over here as well. Now I will need a receptacle for, or I will do the GFCIs next. I will need at least one GFCI in the kitchen. Typically it's the one closest to the sink. So I'm going to put this one right here. That's also the type of outlet that I'll use in the bathroom. Typically you have an outlet in the bathroom and it should be a GFCI for safety. These have a built-in circuit breaker. They're for use in wet areas. The last outlet I'm going to need is I'm going to load the family. I'm going to get a high voltage outlet. And this you will have to place behind anything that runs on particularly high voltage. This electric oven would need one, as would a clothes dryer or something like that. You'll notice that the stripe in the middle is darkened in. Now, if I take my view here and I go ahead and show my cropped region, you should have it cropped already right around your floor plan. I'm going to hide that region right now. I'm going to very quickly create a new sheet from the correct type, and I'm going to bring my floor plan electrical onto this. I'm going to go ahead and make sure it has no title and scale it up to about 1/4 inch to a foot, or whatever will fit your floor plan in the right view. I'm going to get it basically on there, and you'll notice in this view my symbols are now much smaller. If I want to make changes now, I can come back to my floor plan electrical where they're smaller now and make sure that everything is correct, which I'm glad I did. You'll notice this wire is not actually connected to the switch. So I'm going to look for errors like that and make sure that from my switch to my light, I have it connected. This ends what you need to do for that simple electrical plan. Of course, I would fill out the title block as your teacher instructs, center this drawing, and print it and have it ready to go.